Dear friends, here we are again with a video related to the NUX Mighty Plug Pro and Mighty Space, so you know what is the topic today. Something I promised you a long time ago. You may remember that at the time of the Black Friday, I told you that I was preparing something because I purchased some commercial presets and IRs from Choptones, and I was about to test them on our favorite device. Of course, using them is not so easy, and it is something that can be shared by other commercial materials like presets, patches, and IRs. So it could be a good idea to show you how to use them in a correct and effective way because they are packed and configured in a specific way. So it is important to know what you are doing. By the way, this video will be valid also for other commercial materials. So let me show you the details right after the intro. As mentioned, we are going to have a look today on how to install custom presets, but also custom IRs to our favorite devices. For that, I have here my NUX Mighty Plug Pro. Also, this is valid also for any other device that can upload IRs, in particular those that are compatible with the same software from NUX. So, in simple words, I'm referring to the Mighty Plug Pro and Mighty Space. So, sorry, I didn't want to. Okay, as I said, let me hide for a moment the plug, then I'm going to show you how to use it for that configuration. But first of all, let's have a look on the first topic. To install custom IRs, and there are no other possibilities, you will need to use the Mighty Editor software provided by NUX directly. I'm confident that all of you already have it installed on your computer if you are owners of a Mighty Plug Pro or a Mighty Space, because it is very helpful to configure easily your favorite preset, export them, import them. So it is something that, in my opinion, can be very useful for that. So if you want to follow me, in case you don't have it, let's have a very quick look on how to install it. Very simple. You just need to go to the link I pushed in the title below, so nuxaudio.com support HTML, or if you prefer, you can just Google NUX Mighty Plug Pro homepage and you will be brought to that, but this link is available and you can see it on the screen. Okay, here you will find all the downloads available for NUX devices, so not only for the Mighty Plug Pro. So you need to have a look at the material. You see that there are some menus here, manuals, firmware and software, and so on, that bring you to the specific area of the page. Push firmware and software, we are looking for that. Search, scroll down to electric guitar amps section, then Mighty Plug Pro, of course, and you need to look for the Mighty Editor software. Of course, you will need to download the version for your system. I have a Mac, so I will download this one. Okay, clicking on it, it has been already downloaded. If you want the Windows version, it's right beside it, and this is very simple. So let me now close, minimize Chrome, then we can have a look at the downloads area. And in the download, oh sorry, seems that the download is still in progress. In fact, it takes some more seconds. Let me take a short break until the end, so let's speed it up. Here we are, it has been downloaded completely, so as I said, let's minimize this one, have a look at the downloads folder or the folder you have chosen for your download. I don't think I need to guide you for this. You see that it is a zipped file in a Mac. I just need to double click to get the unpacked version, and then I can double click on it for the installation. You will see that there are different versions of the editor. Of course, in a Mac, you just need to install it any other software. So in this case means dragging it into the application folder. I'm not doing it right now because I have it already installed, so I don't think it's necessary to show you how to do it. If you are using a Windows computer, when unpacking it, you will find not only a single file, but a folder, including a setup.exe file, so you can double click and install it. Something very easy. It's not a big file, not a big um, application because it's 20 megabytes more or less. So I'm confident you have room on your computer for installing it. So I give it for granted that you were able to install it. In case you have problems, just let me know. I can try to guide you better, but I'm not. I trust that you are gonna be able to do that. Okay, then you will need to download the package received from the from the distributor. In this case, I'm gonna show you an example using Choptones package. This is not the only possibility. In any case, just purchase or download what you would like. I'm not gonna show you how to download from Choptones package because I think that it is something really easy for you. But in any case, the system is quite easy. If you go into their websites, you can have a look looking at it. You see there are some specific links on the left hand side about the different um, instrumentation, different machines. And if you look at the NUX menu and drag it down, you see that MG30, MG400, MG300, and Mighty Plug Pro. By the way, what you download for Mighty Plug Pro is also valid for Mighty Space. So even if it is not written clearly, it can work nevertheless. So if you click here, you will get a list of packages available. The one that I decided to download is Session Amps. That is one of the packages available. In many of these some packages only contains IRs. If you look for something, for example, if I list them price high to low because I purchased one of the most expensive one, you see Session Amps, Volume 3, Metal Modern, all these ones, including Session Amp, this one, they include a description of what they compare. For example, this one is made with 25 rigs, so 25 presets, including their specific IRs created with the simulation of there is the list of amplifiers used, the cabinets, and of course the speakers used, including also, normally there is a description also about the microphone that have been used for catching the IRs used. Of course, the main game changer is the IR, but if you really want to download something, to get something that some presets well made by professional guitarists, by the way, so the quality is very high in my opinion, you can do that. By the way, on the same page you will find there are some movies that you can hear to have an idea of what you're gonna purchase just in case. Frankly speaking, I'm not telling you go on and purchase everything. I don't think that you will need really to purchase these contents. Well, I was curious about them. I purchased them taking the opportunity of Black Friday. I paid them a third of this price, so it was really a bargain in my opinion, and I thought that it was a good opportunity to test them out. I will give you my 2 cents about if they are worth the price at the end of this video. So make sure that you look it until the end if you are interested in my conclusions. Nevertheless, if you purchase something, you just need it's normal web commerce. You just need to add to cart, pay, and you receive an email with a link from where to download it, and you obtain the zip file that you can find, that you can see here. I'm referring to this. You see that was Section Amps Volume 1 Unpack Choptones for Mighty Plug 3 or Mighty Plug Pro if you prefer. So this is what I downloaded from their website. If I unpack this, I get a folder you see on top, Section Amps Volume 1 Unpack. If we go into that, we will find the IRs, so the impulse response, the rigs that are the presets. You see that the extension is MP Pro Patch. That is compatible with Mighty Editor. Also, there is a README that describes the content. So it says that you have 15 tone matched paged based on 9 amazing amps, and so some bells and whistle about what you're gonna purchase for your money. Then there is a list of the IRs. These are the titles of the IRs, but we will see them in the folder in a moment. So we will have a look in a moment. So just follow me. Now it is time to switch to something else to show you exactly what to do. Okay, first of all, we need to connect our NUX Mighty Plug Pro using USB to our computer. Now you cannot see it, but this cable is a USB-C to USB-C computer connected directly to my Mac, and it can work. Then we need to turn on the device, so very easy. I don't need to teach this one. Then we need to open the software we just installed. So I'm referring to Mighty Editor. Look in your menu, launch it, and this is the device. You see that after a few seconds it recognized that the MP Pro is connected, so it is possible to use it. I'm confident you are familiar with the software. It's very similar to the app looking at it, because you have the effect chain on top. You can turn on and off any of the blocks and so on. So you have the possibility to decide what chain you want to keep, what effects you want to have activated. There are some additions compared to the application. For example, there is a patch level that it is possible to set in the application, but it's not so practical. There is a possibility to activate the tuner as well, like the application, but also you can see on the bottom part the IR's description. By the way, you can see the Choptones logo because here I have it already connected and installed. Well, so let's see what we can do. We can import a patch very simply. You see that there are some buttons. Too bad there are no pop-up that shows you what they do. But in simple words, this one means gives you the possibility to export. It is also possible to import, clicking onto this. If you click import, you will be required to select the patch you want to collect. So if we want to select the first patch downloaded from Choptones, I need to click here. Oh, sorry, here we have. You may remember that I had everything in downloads, session amps. So go in the folder where you downloaded it, select rigs, and then here you have the 15 patches you want to select. You see they are numbered, so it's quite easy to select them. So let me try to use the first one, Choptones Britain lead. So we are expecting a lead tone using a plexi or something like that. So let's select it and click open. Then the system asks you where you want to load that selection. In one of the 7 presets inside so one of the presets you select with the colored button inside your system. So from here, you are importing it directly into the machine. This can be a little confusing if you want for somebody like me that are using, for example, Mighty Ramp application, where the presets can be loaded in the memory without saving them directly into the machine. But here you will need to do something like that. But in any case, for example, let's import it in the first preset. So you can select the first, the second, the third. It's up to you. You have 7 slots you can use. Let's try this one and click import. You see that it was loaded correctly. But there is another topic that I need to show you because it is related in particular to the use of impulse responses, our IR's favorite cabinet microphone simulations. These can be configured in the software from this button where it appears. And you see that from here, all the cabinets already available in the machine appears, and those are those number until 34, so MD45. So if you look inside your machine as it is from scratch when it is new, you will stop here. Then also I have the 35th and 36 because I installed the Choptones firmware that is already available on the website. If you look in the channel, there is another video where I show you how to update the firmware for Mighty Plug Pro, and I installed that specific firmware. That is a firmware because the collaboration between NUX and Choptones has a long story. So it's a long time that Choptones provide material to NUX, and they make advertising between each other. In any case, that firmware adds these two IRs that are very high quality in my opinion. I like them a lot, especially the 36. There is a issue here that I would like to show you. If you, when I selected the patch before, so follow me because it's not so easy. In a standard Mighty Plug Pro, you will have all the IRs until number 34. From 35 onward, they will all be free spaces for your custom IRs. What Choptones is expecting is that you import every IR from 35 onward, one of the 15 ones. So here they are expecting to find this one, Choptone Save 101. First, I would like to show you how to import them. You see, if we want to import an IR, it is possible to do it from the software as well, right? Like saving like this. You see, if I select any, because all the IRs until 36, in my case, as I said, you will have all the IRs until 34. 35 and 36 are coming from a special firmware, but they are still pre-installed in the system. And you see that you don't see any button. If I select any of the buttons for custom IRs, like this one, the 50, you see that some buttons have appeared. One is to throw it away. The second one is to save it somewhere, because we want maybe to use it somewhere. And the third one is for importing your favorite IRs. So let's do like this. Let's free this room. I'm pressing this one. You see that now is empty. And you see that now the spectrum analyzer is almost flat, is just cutting high frequencies, because that is the natural behavior of the device. So it tells you I'm simulating a flat response cabinet, if you want. That is the point. And you see that the name became blank. Now the only button available is the possibility to import a new impulse response. And this passage is valid for any impulse response you want to install. So you just need to click this and then go not in rigs. So we are gonna go back to session amps volume 1, and you need to go in the folder for impulse responses, and here they are all numbered. The description of this one, you may remember, were so what is the speaker, what is the microphone, are inside the README file. So you can have a look. For example, Choptones GT-Sav101, that is the one we were looking at. Let me try and keep them side by side, so probably it's easier for you to follow me. In a second. You see, we are looking at this one, that is exactly this one. It is based on a Fargenhold 800 that boosted with 40 green overdrive, a Marshall 1964 4x12 cabinet with Celestion V30 speakers, a microphone with Sennheiser MD421 and an E609. So it tells you exactly how the IR was made. I know that the title doesn't help so much. Probably they could have kept it with the long description because it would be easier to use it, but nevertheless, there are other IRs you can use and you will have your personal ones. But in any case, for uploading this one, we just need to click on it. Here we are, sorry, this one, let me close it for the moment. This is the screen that appeared, so let me try again. Press upload, select the first one, and now you see that the spectrum analyzer shows exactly the impulse response. So how that file is, what is the response to impulse, what are the frequencies cut or selected by the system, and you will see that also the low cut and high cut changes when you select the specific IR, because the IR contains also that information. So for example, in this case, the high cut is around 5000 Hz. So it is a sort of low pass system. Very high frequencies like 10,000, 20,000 Hz are cutted by this IR. It's made on purpose, of course. You know that any cabinet is not a high, for any guitar cabinet, is not a high-R system. So the important thing is not to provide the most faithful and wide response to a signal, but to provide something that we like when we hear it. So that's why the IRs are so good, are so changes so much the experience when playing something. So now we have this one. So the point is that if we select again, so if we import again, for example, in the preset that we have seen before, so let me try. I know it's not so easy to follow me, but please follow me. We have, let's imagine that you have all the IRs installed from 1 to 15. I have selected them, placed them like this, starting from 3, because the first two slots, 35 and 36, are already in my system, are already filled by other IRs that were included in the firmware. Choptones doesn't know this. So when I select the first preset, you will see, so take it again, the first one, as we did before. Let's load it in the first area. You see that it selected the IR number 35. It wanted to select the first IR in the package, because the package provided by Choptones, sorry, I cannot see anymore my folder. Well, okay, give me a second. Okay, the package provided by Choptones, you may see, is composed by 15 IRs and 15 patches. So the match is one-on-one. The first patch is associated to the first IR. The second patch is associated to the second IR, and so on. So in my case, the problem is that the first patch that they was expecting, because the first IR they were expecting, is already busy. The point is, the preset, the patch, tells you exactly how all the FL blocks are configured, what are the parameters, and what is the position of the IR. So is it the number 5, the number 6, the number 35, where the IR they want to use is. So they are expecting here to find the IR number 1 provided by by Choptones. In my case, that's not the case. It's not available there because that place was already occupied. So as I uploaded it in position 50, I will reselect position 50. This way I have the patch exactly as it would be expected. I wanted to show you this because it is troublesome in my opinion and can make it difficult to understand. In case you are starting from scratch and you have a vanilla firmware, not the Choptones firmware, you can install all the IRs from 35 to 49, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in the specific order. This way, whenever you load one of the patches, one of the presets, you get the correct IR selected. Here you may see that I started from 3 and placed in the last position only the 01 and 02 because this way I need to reconfigure only the first and second patch, but all the other patches will find exactly what they are looking for. For example, of course, if I select the preset 6, it should select the IR with the 6 at the end, that is in position 40. Let's try it out. If I select the preset 6, as we said, and let's put it in preset 2 this way, you see that now it selected the IR in position 40 with number 06 at the end. So that's why I did something like so strange. I left the first two places that are already filled by the Choptones Choptones IRs included in the firmware, so they are not editable. I added from 3 onward, so all these until 15 are correct. Then I also uploaded the IR number 1, the IR number 2, but when I will use the presets 1 and 2, I will need to update the IR because the pre-selected one will be the wrong one because they will select the 35 and the 36, and I will need to tell them, no, use the 50, use the 51. I hope I didn't make it too complicated, but I wanted to make it as straightforward as possible. By the way, also from this one, you can see that the low cut is 65 Hz, high cut 8123. So also the range of frequencies that the IR is managing is always different in this IR. They are really fine-tuned. Being said this, as we said, as promised, I hope that all the process is clear. I know it's not perfectly straightforward, but consider that if you purchase something and you have a vanilla firmware, you just need to upload all the IRs starting from the first free room you have in your from the first user IR selectable 1, 2, 3 until 15 in this case. Then whenever you upload the preset, you can do like this. One additional topic that can be useful. Here, for uploading a preset, you need always to connect your computer, import it from here, and it is a temporary import because it's not saved in the system. It is just uploaded for the moment. If you really want to use different presets like this, it would be very helpful to use Mighty Ramp application. But to use these presets with these IRs requires some activity, some fine-tuning that will be material for another video if you are interested. If you want, just let me know in the comments. If if many of you are interested in watching how to save efficiently these presets as presets in Mighty Ramp, it is possible. That's what I did, but it takes some time to do that, and you need to use in combination your computer and your smartphone. But it is possible, of course, and you need to do it only once, but it is another story. So, being said this, I promised you I would give you my 2 cents about these materials. Honestly speaking, I'm not astonished. So the quality is good. The quality of the IRs in particular is very good. I have to tell you, one of the reasons why I purchased this package is exactly because I already tested the Choptones firmware, and the two IRs including in that firmware are so good and so uh, better, so compared to the original ones that are not a mess. They are fine. They work just fine. But this one feels so reliable, so real that, frankly speaking, I thought that it was could be a step forward with this to unleash really the possibilities of our faithful Mighty Plug Pro or Mighty Space. The result, in my opinion, is fantastic. Well, what can I say about the package I purchased? Well, it's a little difficult to use it if you don't have a vanilla system, and also it takes a lot of room because you see, we have 20 in a normal system. We have 20 custom IRs room, and 15 are taken by that package. So my suggestion is give it them a try and just keep the ones that you're really interested in too. Otherwise, it becomes burdensome somehow. Uh, the presets are just fine. I don't think they are fantastic, if I have to tell you. In many situations, in my opinion, too much reverb, too much delay is added. It was done on purpose because it's normal to have a configuration where maybe you can deactivate the reverb and activate it when you go on a solo, so you want to have a lead guitar instead of a rhythm or something like that. But in my opinion, the perception I had is they are good quality, but that they had the purpose to push better the wow effect in the beginning more than usability. Honestly speaking, I made some corrections to use them on a day-by-day basis because in the end the sound was a little too articulate, a little too I don't know, scientific. I don't know how to describe it, but not so real world. So I really needed to fine tune sound, reduce gain, and so on. So, in simple words, to me, these patches, the presets, not the IRs, the IRs are wonderful. The presets are a good example of what the machine can do. So, honestly, I think they are worth the price. I don't say that it's not correct to spend money about this. I'm happy with my purchase, but because also it was something that helped me learn something more. But in my opinion, it is better to fine tune them according to your tastes, because they can depend. Okay, it depends on the guitar and other things, but to me they looked a little too artificial than if I have to tell you. So in any case, they are a good starting point. So I'm not, and there is it's immediately perceivable that they were prepared by somebody that knows what they are doing. So in my opinion, they are worth the price. The price is correct, especially if you can purchase them during discounts. But I'm not telling you go on and purchase them, otherwise you will not feel the power of your machine. I don't think so. You can obtain probably the same results with your skills, googling around how to create specific tones. The machine itself is very good, the device is very good, and you don't really need pre-made systems to unleash its power. For IRs, is another story. Of course, again, these are good, these are professionals. You don't really need to spend this money as well because there are some free IRs very good around. You can create your own, or if you have a friend with a modeler, with a profiler, you could create them, you could record them, but of course these one are very inexpensive, created with very expensive gears, so Mesa Boogie amplifiers, expensive microphones. So honestly speaking, having 15 IRs for the price is, if we look at the full price, is around €3 for each, and I don't think that is that is still it's something good. Our Mighty Plug Pro can handle them very well. So if you ask me, probably I would make again the purchase again. Probably stay looking for other discounts and promotions. Okay, being said this, it was a very long video. I hope that I didn't bore you too much, but I wanted to share with you the troubles that I found. I don't want you to get mad or frustrated about it. If there are questions, something was not clear because it's not so easy to explain you, but if something was not perfectly clear, just let me know in the comments. This way I can try and reply. If there are mistakes, feel free to connect. Any feedback is welcome. You know that I appreciate your feedback, even if it is negative, because critics can help me improve my contents and the channel. So. Being said this, I'm renewing you the invitation for the next video. Evaluate, subscribe to the channel. This way you are notified whenever there is something new you can have a look at. In the meantime, good start of 2024. It's a pleasure to meet you again, and bye bye everybody.